morning, Amy Schumer. What's up, baby?
Good morning. It is so nice to see you,
Good
ladies.
to see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back. Now, earlier we were talking about cancel culture, and which has come up a lot in the comedy world in the past few years. What are your thoughts on it?
I see it both ways. Like, I think there are a lot of people who've been canceled that fully deserve it. And, but you know, I think right now with so many like sensitive racial conversations going on, I think it's hard for people to make any real change without the fear of getting it wrong. So, but you know, the comedians who've been canceled, they can stay canceled. Yeah, those aren't small misdemeanors. I think, you know, it depends on the offense. Yeah. What did you say? What do you think about
Amy,
it?
we talked about it already.
All right, I'll watch
This
the
is your
episode.
time now.
I'll watch the episode.
Okay. So you and your husband, Chris, live in New York, right? But you've been quarantining together on Martha's Vineyard. Smart move. All this togetherness can take a toll on even the happiest of couples. You recently found this to-do list that Chris had written. Organized garbage, Dick Trench. Did this concern you at all?
Of course it concerns
Organizing
me.
the garbage. There's a very clever move, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of happened upon that and was like, huh. I mean, I watch a lot of those movies, you know, and you know, the husband, guess what? The husband did it. Like, that's what all the stories end up being. So I was alarmed, but then I realized he was just digging a trench so we could get a fan out in our little shed. So, but yeah, definitely alarming moments. And, you know, we've been getting along, like, we've been getting along really well, but we also filmed that cooking show together. So working together, that's not something I would necessarily recommend for a couple.
Really?
Yeah, it's too much.
Some people can pull it off and some can't. Yeah. So
yeah,
let me ask you this. So you and Chris have a son named Gene, and he just turned 1, so he's too young for school right now. So the timing is good for him. But if he were, I'm curious because you're such a smart lady. If he were old enough, let's say he was 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or 13, would you send him to school right now?
No, I would not. I'm really like, I mean, we're lucky, like, you know, with our privilege, like we can really be quarantining and lucky that he doesn't have to go to school. But I would do some alternative thing outside. You know, I wouldn't send him into a school right now. That's not personally what I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
Amy, I really enjoyed your movie and your specials. I followed your pregnancy. I'm now pregnant, but I followed your pregnancy before I was. And I actually am the type of person, I threw out my baby books that my friends gave me because I found them really boring and I just didn't relate to it all. And I really have loved how honest you have been because I too feel lied to about pregnancy in a lot of ways. Why did you choose to be so raw, so open, so vulnerable? Quite frankly, I won't even share a picture of what I look like right now, so I find it, I know you don't like the word brave, but I do think it's actually brave and pretty a barrier breaking for women. So what made you decide to do it?
Thanks for saying that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know,
it's a pain in the ass. Thank you.
No, I know, and that's the thing. And then, like, whenever anybody would find out I was pregnant, or when they find out someone's pregnant, they get this like dumb look in their face, and they're like, oh, and you're like, what is that? But then once you have the baby, then you become that person. Now, whenever I hear anyone's pregnant, I like start crying. I mean, truthfully, we filmed it thinking we probably wouldn't ever share it. And we just had all this footage and I don't know. And then we sent it to Alexander Hammer, this amazing filmmaker who he also edited Beyonce's Homecoming. And he was like, I think there's a story here. And he put it together and we watched it. We said, great. I thought it was a very strong, just display of the truth of our relationship and our dynamics and my pregnancy and like, you know, the hardships. And it's like, not that cute. Not everyone's like wearing overalls and like with like a, you know, like cute, like handkerchief around their head, like painting the baby's room. You know, it's like, it's actually really painful, and you have to be really strong to go through it.
Well, you know, we've been doing it for thousands of years, and so yay us women.